Seth put me up to playing this song again. I can't do it because the mic's broke.
Take a deep breath.
Look very cute.
Thank you, dude. Fuck. Motherfucking shit. I work at a music store for a living. I don't know what I'm doing here. What's that crazy sound? Everything's different. Sometime late in 2005, I was living in the valley with my first wife. 3 sweet dogs and a cute little house. Something was missing, I couldn't figure it out. Wanted to do something to make people laugh about the only thing I was ever half decent at, so I sought out the funniest guy I knew, a struggling actor from Massachusetts. I said, you and I ought to do a radio show, but only on the internet. Could be heard round the globe. Lickety-split, just a couple mouse clicks. I said, they're calling it a podcast. Don't worry, the term won't stick. Well, it took some convincing and a bit of coercion. Pretty soon I could see his thoughts start stirring, and he was like, all right, let's say we do this thing, but what do we talk about, Jay? I was like, I don't know, strange stories of coincidence, stupid products, and weird food. He was like, all right, well then, what do we call it? And I was like, ooh, fuck, I don't know. How about, oh yeah, dude? The rest is history, as they say, and here we are on his sober birthday, week after week, year after year. There's about 700 hours of it you can hear, only if you pledge to us on Patreon. That's Patreon. I wanted to slap together this tune. Shit, I fucked up this tune. Wanted to slap together this song. I don't want to keep y'all folks too long. Just gonna play a lick real quick and then go into the chorus. Goes something like this. If I am peanut butter, if I am peanut butter, if I am peanut butter, well, he's my jelly. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Joseph Romatelli. If I am peanut butter, if I am peanut butter, if I am peanut butter, he's my jelly. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Seth Joseph Romatelli.
Unbelievable. So nice, I had to hear it twice. So Bosch, I'm sorry, it's a throwback to our first, sorry.
I got arrested when I was 15.
Yeah, crazy, horse weed. Thank you so much for joining us here for episode 700, no, maybe you do all that.
10:16 p.m., Saturday, April 20th, 2019, episode number 716 of Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Hello, Jonathan. Thank you for being here tonight. Yeah Dude, America through the eyes of two American Americans. Oh, wow. This is like...
Is that going to fuck you up, Jeff, this thing?
Yeah. This is like,
Jeff's filming the show just like he does in the
why
apartment.
not? Just the ankles. He's getting
I'm just gonna lay this down.
my calves.
Don't
my-
snip on this.
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
All right. Easy, breezy.
Just one
Beautiful.
more hour to go.
Cover girl. Okay.
Just one more hour.
May 9th
Yes, sir.
through May 13th, Joshua Tree Lake and Campground Shakti Fest. Come open your heart to the divine feminine. What took so long?
I mean,
What the fuck took you so long, bro? Fuck. This is a drug and alcohol-free space. Thank you.
bullshit.
Yeah, like, why are your... It's weird. Your eyeballs are like bouncing in your...
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it.
Odorless drugs only.
It's fine. Will there be kirtan? Yes, there'll be kirtan.
Yeah. What is kirtan?
We don't know exactly. It's a call and response. That's as much as I've ever looked it up, and I don't think I'm ever going to take a deeper dive. I think that's... If anyone says, what's kirtan, just say it's call and response.
Fair
That's enough.
All right.
There's going to be sacred spaces, yoga,
Here we are.
Yeah.
Right now.
dance temples, duh,
Yeah.
animal reiki, yes, life purpose palmistry, numerology,
Duh. I mean,
Jesus. Are we alive? Are we breathing?
that's what got us here in the first place.
Fuck.
Wait, you're allowed to bring your animals though for the Reiki?
This might have been off. I was on a forum, so this could be
Okay.
off-site. This could be,
Yeah, at the hotel.
yeah. Soul empaths,
Well,
yeah.
again.
Chakra cleansing. Why are we here? And cosmic light language. I don't know about that. I'm gonna look that up later, but it sounds right. Cosmic light language. Light, not
Light meaning
opposite of
casual?
heavy. No,
Like-
light meaning opposite of darkness.
Like luminous.
yes, luminescence, cosmic luminescence, anti-dark matter language. Yes.
Is
Don't
it
worry.
expensive or is it free?
It's free for you.
okay. What do I
Thank
got?
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, here we go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Saturday, April 27th. That's coming up mighty
Coming
quick.
right up. Come right
We
up.
got 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. Sponsored by.
For my cold fucking dead hands.
That's how they will take it. Dead in a fucking alley somewhere. Sponsored by the DEA.
Yeah.
Not exactly the first people you want to
Totally.
see when you're
Rolling
walking a
up with
bag
like
of
a-
drugs
yeah.
into like a drop box.
Bag of Roxy's. Hi. Hi.
Closest drop-off location to where we are right now would be 6460 Figueroa. We could walk there from
We
here.
can go there. See you next Saturday.
So talk to me after the show.
well,
If you have any on you now, you want me to drop for you, you let
actually,
me know.
what I did, Jonathan, is I made us DEA jackets. We'll be standing just outside the middle school.
We'll be at 6458.
6058. Just a little detour right here. Got $4,000 in
We're
pills
renting a
today.
Tahoe for the day.
Yeah. Come into my van. I have some literature I'd love for you to read.
That's
Are
it.
you
Oh, by the way,
fucking
it is a middle
kidding me?
school that this one is the drop at. So be sure to drop them in the box.
Yeah.
Don't be like, "Ooh, I missed it.
Oh,
Fuck
I-
it."
Honey, didn't we have
I drove
18?
by. I tried to throw it in. I didn't
Yeah.
make it.
Honey, I only count
Fine.
15. I thought we had 18. Like, well, there you go. I have here, speaking of that, this is... I've tried everything to stop my child from using drugs. I'm at my wit's end. The Partnership for Drug-Free Kids can help. Text 55753 to chat with a specialist. Dog. What the fuck is that person going to tell you? If you're fucking texting somebody because you are at your wit's end, what are they possibly going to tell you? Have you told your kids that drugs are wickety whack? You probably haven't tried that, have you?
Tell them it's wicked.
Here's the deal. Buy a baseball hat and spin it backwards grab a chair and roll up on it and then just say, son, drugs are wickety whack. And that should probably take care of it. Thank you for texting this fucking number. Oh, God, we waste so much fucking money.
I would hope that it would maybe be a teen in recovery on the other end of that text combo.
Oh, what? In like Bethesda, Maryland? Just like teenagers working?
Well, not working, volunteering.
Volunteering.
Service work. That's what you do when you get...
When you get sober, that's
sober.
right.
I mean, you didn't.
No. Just binge watched.
Yeah.
That's my service work.
I
To
mean,
Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon. You're welcome.
you've been of service in different
To
ways.
Hollywood. I've been a great service.
I'm in service to Hollywood.
Fuck.
Tinseltown service.
Fucking Tinseltown kid, they call me.
But maybe, yeah, as opposed to like another
No.
clueless adult being like,
I guess I didn't think of it. That would
be cool.
better.
it would be better.
It would be better than like another fucking 50-year-old dad being like,
Yeah.
well, do you remember like this is your brain on drugs? Did you try the skillet technique where you drop the egg in the, you remember the, no, I didn't try that. Let me crack an egg in a skillet and tell my teenage son this is his brain on weed. I don't have kids. I'm sorry. I can't have it. Yeah.
But if you did,
I'm gonna have sober
they would do
kids.
drugs. Just so you know.
Do you think they would?
Oh my fucking God.
You think my daughter's gonna do drugs?
The relief that they would feel the first time they did drugs after you being their dad
Yeah, I guess that's right.
for 14 years.
Yeah, watching
it would be
documentaries
like their
all the time.
minds would explode.
Yeah. You mean you don't have to watch documentaries sober all the time?
I'm not saying they wouldn't be down with the shit. They would just be way more down
sleepover,
with this
way
stuff.
more down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to sit with dad and watch 7 hours of this because
Yeah.
I'm fucking shrooming my balls off.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, I'm just, like, stone cold sober sitting
Yeah.
with this fucking lunatic, you know?
Yeah, he explains Karate Kid to me and like why this means so much 35 years later. You don't understand. They were enemies, but now they've twisted. One is I can't.
A trip to
Just
McDonald's.
saying, it's just 2 dojos now. I'm just saying. Cobra Kai, there's 2 dojos.
What is
You'll
Machio's
see.
dojo called? Bonsai
Miyagi's
Boys? Bonsai
Miyagi
Boys.
Do Bonsai Do. Like the
It's
bonsai.
Miyagi
Miyagi. Yoshinoya Do.
Yoshinoya Dojo Bowl. A trip to McDonald's will soon be more personalized. Fast food giant has announced that it has an agreement to acquire Dynamic Yield. Such a good name.
I like that.
Dynamic Yield is like so
Scary
cool.
shit.
You know that's like
Scary
deep
shit.
math,
Deep
algorithm
deep
shit,
state
you know?
algorithms.
Dynamic Yield, a company considered a leader in personalization and decision logic technology.
Oh, DLT?
I'm gonna need a Mick DLT, please.
It comes with special sauce. Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's already in you. Really?
McDonald's said in a statement that it will use the decision technology to provide an even more personalized customer experience by varying outdoor digital drive-through menu displays. Yes. To show only the food I like.
How will it know?
Because it's going to see your phone like
Here he
100
comes.
feet before you get there.
Hear you talking. I really want that fillet of fish. Got him. Guy in the drive-thru's wearing like a fucking Mr. Gordon's fisherman, like, hi. They change costume depending on what you order.
So this will be digital drive-through menu displays to show food based on time of day, weather, current restaurant traffic.
Weather. I wanted fries, but it's like so rainy.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yes.
I can't. I can't.
And trending menu items.
Oh, yeah. What's hot? Unicorn Sundae.
Based on an order's selections, the technology can also suggest and display additional items, much like Amazon and other retailers highlight what other people purchased when they were stoned.
Yeah.
McDonald's says it will be one of the first companies to integrate decision technology into the customer point of sale at brick and mortar locations.
What's your point of sale? You like Big Macs? No. Well, the guy in front of you got one, and the guy behind you got one. You sure you don't want one? I guess.
The cool bro
it's
in
your
front
bag,
of you and
so.
the cool bro behind you. Yeah. It's already in your bag.
You wanted it.
You trust me. You'll regret it.
Trust
You'll
me.
regret not getting it.
When you crawl into bed tonight, it's under your covers. It's been laid there.
The last trip I took to McDonald's was
When you were 11, like everybody else, and you bought a Happy Meal.
was the one I told you about. That was the last time I went, and I think it might be the last time I go.
With this new tech, you got to stay away from there.
Yeah. That fillet of fish put me off for good. He's not wrong. That's what I get. Well, not always.
It's Lent, it's just.
But it was rotten. It was rotten. And I drove back. I said this, right? I told you guys this. Yeah. I got my money back like a fucking kvetching little fucking man. Drove back like 2 miles to get refunded like $8 for
A rotten sandwich.
little fish. He looked at me funny. They looked at me
The
funny.
fish did?
I guess it was too late to order something like that because they were like,
Too late, like age and years? Or too late time?
"You're too old for that."
Well, you can't be here, sir. There's no children after a soccer game in your car. So how are you in this drive-thru? Are the kids laying on the floor of the Range Rover?
Are they
That's
sleeping?
the only reason why you should be here. Because this is a McDonald's, sir. So where are your children? 10 Happy Meals, please.
Fuck it.
Fuck it is right.
What do you got? Nothing? You're just gonna stand
I
over
got
there?
so much stuff.
I'll
So
read.
much
I don't
good
give
stuff.
a fuck. I did mention earlier in the first show, we somehow got on the subject of muskrats. Oh, because you can eat
Like
them
we
for
do.
Lent in Detroit. I don't know why.
It's a long story. Listen to the
1700s. You listen to it next week. But then I was like, speaking of muskrats, I went to survival camp. Then I told this whole stupid story about shitting my pants at survival camp. And I never got to the why.
hear that in the comfort of your
I
own
never
home.
got to why the muskrat triggered the story. And then I started panicking because of time. So I'll just say, first night, got lost by myself. Second night, camp starts.
Survival camp.
Survival camp.
For survivalists.
And we learn about
Surviving.
surviving.
We watched Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg.
The first season of Survivor, actually, we watched. But one of the things we learned about primitive shelter making. It's going to be hard to get through these, too. I just realized. Primitive fire making. And also how to make traps, primitive traps. There was one vegan on the trip. She was from this neighborhood. Didn't come to the show. Don't know why.
Did you invite her?
She set her trap and then triggered the trap. But basically, it's a trap where like there's like a giant rock or a giant piece of wood and a little spindle and a little piece of bait, and then they come and take the bait, and the thing comes down. And
What are
squish it.
you trapping?
Small rodents
For fun?
for survival, bro. This
Survival of what?
survival of auto accidents, mostly. I think is the big one that I think they kept coming back with. Is like people get lost hiking and then they crash their car and they're stranded. Those are the two plausible scenarios. And once I heard that, I was like, it doesn't seem like I really need this. Like.
Yeah, you got a bag full of Luna bars in the range.
You can be like a doomsday prepper person, but in reality, the two most common things are people going hiking, which I don't fucking do.
Fuck that.
I just like the knives and shit,
Yeah.
and then or your car breaks down and like you're
You
like,
call
"Ooh,
AAA,
it's freezing."
You get
So
a Beyond
anyway.
Burger at Carl's Jr. while you wait for them to get there. It's so easy to survive.
So on the end of the first,
Look at me, I'm still alive. Big deal. Yeah, but AAA took like 45 minutes. I had 2 Beyond Burgers. Read a book. Life finds a way. I keep telling you that.
it's possible that in our lifetime we might be in a situation.
You and I together?
That would be crazy. And so cool. And if they didn't give us a TV show after that,
Yeah.
I would definitely stop
And
doing
then I'd
the
have
show.
to be like,
Done.
I'm so sorry, master, that I talk so much shit. Keep me alive.
Be like standing there. So the primitive traps, people got to like set their traps up the end of the first day, and then in the morning of the second day,
Ooh.
everyone got to go see if their
Peek.
traps had worked. And of 13 traps that were set,
Okay.
1 trap killed a small field mouse.
That's not a lot.
No, not a lot. Not a lot at all.
Indeed.
Imagine if you were really trying to survive out there and you would somehow set 13 traps and
Yeah.
all you got back was this. So the woman who
vegan.
No, the vegan had triggered her trap. So she set it up, made sure she knew how to do it.
How do you
and
catch
then-
tofu? Did anybody say that to her?
No, they all
Okay.
say vegetarian, like old Native American word for bad hunter, right? So
I can't.
she set hers up and then triggered it so that it wouldn't accidentally kill anything. And then everyone else's, I didn't set one up because I was very tired by this point in the day. And I didn't quite get around to making the trap, per se. I got the gist of it, though. I mean,
You pull it or something falls.
yeah, something falls, kills something.
Yeah.
So the next morning, Joy was her name, comes back, and she's holding by the tail the tiniest little field mouse. And
It's to feed 13 people?
I think it's more the concept, the principle,
Okay. The sport.
the sport of it. The thrill of the hunt, really.
Got him.
This little change purse comes back. It's perfectly flat. I mean, smushed to the most smushy smush. And the guy's like, all right, well, you know, we have to prepare the the feast.
Do it in the accent.
So the first thing he does
Do
is he
it in the accent.
throws the mouse on a fire.
This guy's South African. You got to do it in the accent.
I can't do his accent. He is South African, though.
There it is.
Quite South African. And there's certain words that he said that I didn't quite understand.
All the words.
A lot of the words were crazy. He had a different way of pronouncing water that I think one of them he did it in order to make sure that everyone knew that the word he was saying was water. That he
Meaning like.
meaning left to his own devices, he only says it one way, and the one way doesn't sound like water.
Okay. Like Pepsi.
So every 4th or 5th time, he says Pepsi.
What?
So he throws the baby mouse on the fire, and burns all the fur off of it. And then,
Little olive oil? Okay. Sorry.
yeah, I mean, long story short, I don't have anything to do with the
kill.
the
The
what do they call
bloodlust.
it? Dressing the kill, but it's very small, and somehow they wind up cooking it, and then he passes it
So
around.
13 students and a South African teacher sit around and watch a 2-inch animal that's been killed cook on like a plate?
Plate, bro. We're surviving.
How do you...
Just fucking eat it with our bare camp hands.
Ah,
Filthy camp hands.
filthy camp
So
hands.
I'm making my breakfast, which is like camp food, like shitty, like boil a bag, like oatmeal or whatever. And at some point, the mouse is cooked, and he's splayed it open, and he's basically saying, who wants,
Me.
me. Everyone's trying the mouse. To see what mouse tastes like, I guess.
Fuck.
And it gets to me, and
You're starving.
no, I'm not. I have my
No, I just
Boilerbeck,
had my-
but I'm like, fuck. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, yeah, for sure. And so he goes to like cut a little piece, and as he like cuts the piece, he's like, ooh, 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 get this part. This is the liver. This is the best part. And so I eat this tiny little booger. This little death booger.
It's good, the iron. You need that to survive.
I'm not joking. He's just like, he like flicked the liver out for me.
Open wide.
And immediately,
You felt superpowers?
I felt so strong. But immediately, I knew it was my brain fucking with me, but I was like, oh, that didn't sit right with me. Like,
Oh.
And then I've had bad luck ever since. And I'm
Whoa.
pretty sure it was the liver.
Maybe it was-
I've had a lot of bad luck.
Holy shit.
And it's weird
A
because
talisman, that could be
all
some sort
the
of like...
bad luck I've had, when I've had the bad luck, without thinking about it, the mouse livers popped into my mind. Like there's no
Interesting.
train of thought that leads me back there.
Just
I
that
just like
tiny little
have
liver.
a flat tire and then I think about the mouse
liver.
liver.
Whoa.
And so I'm pretty sure it was
This was on native land, where this happened, right?
yes.
This could be...
Very good point.
Thank you.
Very, very good point.
Very...
Mouse doesn't taste so bad.
All right. What about mouse liver?
I would, if I was out there, if my car broke down
On Avenue 56.
on a canyon road somewhere,
Shit went
I
down
would
on,
fuck a mouse up.
on Melrose, and it got crazy. And
Yeah. Look at this fucking drunk piece of shit.
Speaking of food,
Oh, speaking of mouse
we
livers.
talked about the restaurant Vespertine.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. A
guys remember this?
gastronomical experience seeking to disrupt the course of the modern restaurant.
It's like a $400 plate and you have to listen to Fugazi really loud while you're eating there and stuff.
Jonathan, I just want to disrupt the modern restaurant. Really? I just want like black beans, brown rice, and avocado. Do you have that? Don't disrupt anything. Just like
What about them?
bring me the food, yo. Well, they are presenting on Sunday, May 5th, Symbiose, an experimental evening at Vespertine, as opposed to like whatever the fuck you guys have been doing up until this point. Guests will be transported through 4 special realms,
Oh boy.
each one inhabited by a particular chef, where the participants are immersed in experiences that are imbued with their individual perspectives, expressions, and offerings. $375 a ticket, sold out.
This fool don't fuck around.
Oh, God. Serving up like fucking basically mouse liver in one of the rooms at fucking $400 a pop. This is from a Native American. If you eat this, it's going to imbue you with the worst fucking luck imaginable. That sounds like fucking bullshit.
I don't know anyone that's ever been to the restaurant, but I know
Okay.
somebody who had been to the one that he had before that, and the one before that was also like had its own weird twist.
Destroyer?
Is that what it was called?
I think that's what it's
Yeah.
called.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to ask because like shit's on fire and like that just doesn't like play that well. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong.
Really?
I mean, it's like it's like it probably couldn't have happened before, and now it's happening because it can.
But everything right now is like such garbage, so anything that's happening, that's a bad...
I'm not saying it's
Look.
not bad.
Okay.
I'm saying that it's.
I'm just going to keep an eye on who goes there. I'm going to be writing down names. Is what I'm going to be doing.
I wonder. That wasn't the one you ate in the dark, right? No.
Nude in the Dark. That was our experimental restaurant in the valley. No, this is the one where the fucking waiters take like acting classes because they're like, hey.
Oh, they're playing like they're
Yeah.
like embodying characters.
Yeah, like
and stuff.
fucking, I'm the chimney sweep. Here's the fucking chimney liver pie. Like, all right. Do you have black beans, brown rice, and avocado? That's all I need.
Yeah.
I have a quote from a culinary consultant and collaborator. A lot of people think of weed, the drug, but it's actually a plant. The flower, the ingredient that complements all the other ingredients that you already use. It's like a weed chef. It's another fucking thing, man. Just fucking smoke the weed. Put the weed in a fucking old-timey ceramic bowl and pass the fucking weed around. Stop fucking sautéing shit with weed. Fuck.
It's a lot.
Okay, man. Call me old-fashioned.
No, it's
Just smoke fucking weed. Stop drinking it or putting it on Band-Aids or fucking smoke it. Roll a shitty joint and pass it around and get high and then say stupid shit. I don't know, but stop making it this. Really, it's like not really a drug, man. It is a drug. That's totally what it is. No, man, it's really a plant that you can use for seasoning and garnish, and it really brings out the enhance. It's a fucking drug. Smoke it. Dude, you don't get it, man. You don't know shit. You've never even been to Vespertine. You don't fucking know shit.
I think
It's not a drug. Shut up. It is a drug. It's weed. Right?
it's the first drug.
It's like the only drug. It's weed.
I think
No, man. You don't get how it enhances flavors. You've never had lavender enhanced with this non-drug. It's a drug, but that's okay. Me and my mom did some intensive CBD research when I was in Massachusetts last weekend because they're trying to sell, like hemp-based CBD oil, which that just don't cut it. So we went on if you want to know anything about CBD oil, you call Marsha and she will fucking school you on
was this in order to
cannabinoids
get her sorted with something?
Oh yeah, she wants to party.
Was she trying to party or is she trying to not party?
She's trying to party. Sometimes she's trying to party, sometimes she's trying to not party. I was there, got an impossible...
Is there a weed shop in Haverhill?
There's one, there's 5 that are waiting to open.
In Haverhill.
And people are like, I was reading the comments in the Gazette, this is gonna fuck our neighborhood up! But is it though? But is it? So yeah, we did intensive research. Hit that Impossible Burger at the Hidden Pig. You know they got the Impossible Burger in Haverhill. Ooh, dog.
Yeah?
Ooh, yeah.
Probably good because they put it on the same grill.
Put it right
that
there, laid it, yeah.
Where all the meat is.
Right where it is. Or where they make the cheesesteak.
Soaks up all that meat juice. It tastes
the
pretty fucking
cheesesteak
good.
juice. It has a bit of cheesesteak juice to it. I was in the clip joint, the barber shop that my dad's best friend Bruce owns, and he's got the Elvis ticket. It said Elvis died on August 16th, 1977, and my dad and his friend and some guys had tickets to see him August 18th at the Cumberland County Civic Center in Portland, Maine. And my dad had sold one of the tickets, 50 years ago at a bar to somebody but I was looking at, it's got a framed photo, it's got the ticket, he got it signed because he's a memorabilia guy. And I was like, Dad, I can't believe that Bruce has that. And my dad was like, oh, I've got one too. And I thought you sold it. He's like, I have another one. And he fucking gave me it.
Oh, come on.
So I got it in the it's so dope.
That's cool.
So dope.
We should sell it.
We should sell that. Buy some CBD with it, Telling you, ask Marsha about the fucking
I think my mom's on that
cannabinoids.
CBD. Both of our moms
Yeah,
are
but you
all
can't do
about
that fucking hemp, dog. It's synergistically. You don't really understand, man. It's not a fucking drug. It's a plant, man. Oh, my bad. My bad.
USA Today snapshots. Parents more interested in top-tier schools, unless you've won the lottery.
What did you say?
I don't know.
Top
tier?
Top tier.
Unless you've won the lottery, who cares more about top-tier universities, the parents or the students? This is a business executives survey conducted in March of 2019.
Executives.
Some weak sauce you
Yeah,
got given me over here.
How many people? What do we?
81% the parents, duh.
Okay.
19% the student.
Kids don't care.
No, kids don't care.
No.
Right, they don't care.
I don't give a fuck. Where's the weed? The drug, not the food. What school? Where do I get that at?
But then, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
But then that's what...
I mean, we
It's
could
always been that way, right? Kids are like, oh, it's a UC school, but really in their head, they're like, yeah.
No,
it's a
because I think up
party
until this
school.
point, like, the world works, and now these kids aren't dumb.
Right.
You know, like, I mean, come on. What's going to happen in 4 years? What are you going to fucking do? You know?
Yes.
Be dentist or start a podcast. Those are the only two things you can do.
I mean, it's
Literally.
college is pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Probably thing to do.
There's two professions.
Right?
Dentist,
College
podcast.
is not a good idea, right? I don't know. I didn't take my SATs, but it was a bad idea for everyone that did it, right? You guys regret doing it, don't you? You wouldn't do it again, would you? If you do it all over again, I'd go back to college.
Yeah. The football games. What? Fraternity. We've done postcards from South Korea. I got this letter. Seth and Jonathan. Hello. I teach 4th grade science and social studies using the structured English immersion model. Basically, my kids speak Spanish at home and they learn English in my class. No. We learn Spanish for math and reading and writing. It's totally nuts. We're in Houston, Texas. I had them write letters to, quote, my friends in Hollywood. They were quite impressed.
Oh man, these poor kids.
I hope you enjoy.
Once they learn English, and then they're like,
Well, he goes on the chalkboard and he writes,
movie star Seth.
And then he was like, Seth likes television and the Dallas Cowboys. Then he wrote Jonathan. Jonathan likes music and ice cream. Jonathan, there's like 60 letters in every... I didn't know this at first. Every letter. Jonathan, what's your favorite ice cream? Jonathan, what kind of ice cream? I'm like, why the fuck? Every single kid. Then I found out.
Then you found out. They just knew.
So these are 9 and 10-year-olds. This kid, he likes scary movies. These are just little kids. He's not even 10 yet. I'm about to be 10 years old. There are 8 members in my family. There's my parents, my brother, my sister, myself, a little cat and a little dog. Where I live, there are a lot of things that are made from China. My favorite movies are scary movies like The Nun. That's too scary, dog. Dog, I couldn't even watch that fucking trailer. This kid's not even 10 years old yet. That's how they do it in H-Town. They're not fucking scared. The Nun? That's terrifying. I'm still fucking having flashbacks from the fucking town when they're on fucking Affleck's dressed up in those fucking nun things. That still scares me. Dear Seth and Jonathan, my favorite movie is Bird Boxed. It's close, but again, it's only 9 years old. I mean, that's a bit much. We're learning a lot in school, like about the Texas Revolution. My favorite is learning about photosynthesis. Don't even know what that is. It's amazing. Literally don't. Right, it's plants or something. I literally would not be able to tell you what it is. I know it. What's your favorite phone? She's asking you.
Me?
So, yeah, I'm going to get back to her. She wants to know what your favorite phone is. Seth's landline. Photosynthesis?
Favorite phone?
Favorite phone?
That I've ever had?
The Nun? Bird Boxed? That's the sequel to Bird Box. It's Bird Boxed. The Nun.
This is a cool...
Yeah.
Inspired by Rodney.
Yes, thank you. I have to go
certainly-
through them, but a lot of ice cream talk. So you're gonna have to. You got a lot of writing to do.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No.
I love me some ice cream.
You love eating ice cream and listening to music. What's wrong with that?
I had a physical this last week.
With a general practitioner?
With a new general practitioner.
Female, male?
Female.
Interesting.
Korean. Very cool. Straightforward.
No nonsense.
No nonsense.
That's what you want in a doctor.
Really,
what you want.
She walked in the room, introduced herself, shook hands, and she said, "Okay, cool. So, do you know what BMI is?" No word of a lie. First thing out of her mouth.
Is that music publishing? What
That's
is
what
that?
I was like, how does she know about?
Yeah, jogger.
How does she know about the Hallmark movies I scored?
Cool.
She must be into these Hallmark movies that Mira and I used to do.
So you like music?
She's like, it's body mass index, and you're what we'd call obese. No word of a lie. She's like, you're just...
Should have stormed out right there.
I socked her in the face.
Yeah, rude. Walked out.
30 seconds in. Didn't pull any punches. I needed to hear it. So I'm working on I've got a plan working out with her.
Okay.
She also made me promise to eat my medication at the same time every day. Because as I started talking about the problems I was having, she kind of like squinted, and then she was like, well, how long? And I was like, well, sometimes I'll forget for a couple of days. And she was like,
Talking about antidepressants.
Oh, she's like, come on. She's like, it takes about 24 hours for that shit to get out of your system. She's like, you can't do that. So
put your pants on and get the fuck out of here.
yeah. Mine, yeah, they were already off. She's like, you didn't need to do that.
Oh, my bad. Again, I'm a dentist. This is absurd.
So 20 pounds I'm supposed to lose.
Really?
15. 12. Fuck it.
Okay, this, I'm gonna need your help.
My help?
Yeah, everybody's help here. This is, okay. A 61-year-old woman who served as a surrogate mother for her son and his husband has given birth to a baby girl. Okay.
Stop.
All right.
Again.
So you got two young guys, Matthew and Elliot, are married. All right? So
You lost me.
Matthew and Elliot married, they want to have a kid.
Yeah.
So Matthew and Elliot were talking about becoming parents when Matthew's mother, Cecile, and
You made that up.
Doherty's sister, Leah, offered to help
Who's
them.
Doherty?
What?
You said Doherty.
Excuse me. Matthew Elliot Doherty. Matthew and Elliot are married. Matthew asked his mom, and Elliot asked his sister, could you guys help us? Because we're fucking psychopaths. Cecile was 60, and had gone through menopause, but met with doctors, and she was approved as a surrogate after extensive screening.
A surrogate meaning they put the baby in you.
In her body.
But after they hatch it.
Hold on now. I'm going to get there. I'm going to bring the science right now. Now, Elliot Doherty's sister, Leah, was the egg donor. Okay. So after the doctors used, Matthew's sperm.
Right.
So Matthew...
Well, not the brothers.
Matthew fucks Elliot.
Right? The other guys.
Yeah. The embryo was implanted.
Into Elliot's mom.
Into Matthew's mom. So Matthew...
So she carried her grandchild.
Matthew fucks Elliot. He kind of fucks Elliot's sister Leah. He also kind of fucks his mom because it's all in the gully works. I think scientifically that's what they call it.
But did Cecile carry her own grandchild?
Cecile gave birth to her own granddaughter.
But biologically her own granddaughter? She would have to be, right?
Well, it's
in
her
order for the body to
sperm.
take it. No.
So...
Because she's a surrogate, right? But
it's...
All right.
So...
What?
It's this... the son's sperm with
Inside
his
your
husband's
mother.
sister's egg fertilized and then put into the son's mom. And then 9 months later, beautiful Uma is born. And she said, the family says that they've received nothing but positive support. Listen to episode 716 of, that's a bit much. That's a bit much, no?
What would you have suggested as an alternative?
Not fuck your mother or your husband's sister. Stop fucking everybody but me. We took vows, Matthew, that you would fuck only me.
But maybe it's because they want it as close biologically.
Oh, that's close, dog. That's Wicks close. So close. Couldn't be closer, I guess. Right? Couldn't get any closer.
Not without coming out backwards.
Unless Matthew was just like, fuck Elliot, fuck Leah, come here, Mom. And couldn't have gotten any closer.
Everybody get in here.
But it's a healthy baby.
Everybody meeting in the family room.
Everybody
10
get in
minutes.
here. Everybody get nude. Let's do this. But the beautiful, healthy baby, that's just a lot, man.
Uma?
Uma, beautiful baby Uma.
Bless it, Uma.
Uma, tell us about your birth. Well, everybody was there. Jesus.
Male primates equipped with all the bells and whistles to attract female mate tend to have smaller gonads, according to a study by researchers.
Gonad researchers. What do you do all day?
I'm a gonadonologist.
Yes.
I'm a gonadontologist. Primatologist and study co-author Dr. Cyril Gruter said that male primates typically lived in highly competitive environments where they all wanted the same thing, to father offspring. But not all of them can have what they want, said Dr. Gruter. So how do they succeed? Well, next to simply fighting, they can produce so-called badges of status, showy ornaments that help their bearers control access to females by intimidating other mates. Dr. Gruter said that some primates had testicles almost the size of tennis balls.
Wow.
While others were barely larger than a peppercorn.
Hey, man. It's fucking nature, baby. That's so small, though.
Peppercorn. Peppercorn nut. It's
That's a huge difference.
massive discrepancy.
A tennis ball and a fucking peppercorn?
I don't know what...
Peppercorn, the peppercorn like a peppercorn.
No, it's
like,
tiny. I get it.
The tennis ball's fucking
Pretty big.
pretty huge.
We found the same thing with ornamentation. Some species sport flamboyant accoutrements, such as beards, manes, capes, and cheek flanges. Don't know what that is.
Is this humans or primates?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I have a cape. I didn't wear it.
What's a cheek flange? Various shades of color in their faces and fur. They must be talking about primates now.
Okay, we're still talking about primates.
He said, the others are pretty drab and look more like your Mr. Average. The intentional team compiled data for more than 100 primate species, including humans. Oh, so we're in the mix.
Oh, wait a minute.
We're in the mix. And demonstrated for the first time that ornaments come at the expense of testicle size.
What does that mean?
It means I got to get rid of that Range Rover.
Fuck. Like I'm gonna shave tonight and sell the Range.
I'm selling all my rings.
Yeah. How many capes do you have? So many capes.
I lost my space.
That's it.
Place. Demonstrated for the first time, ornaments come at the expense of testicle size and sperm production, or simply put, at least, excuse me, in primates, the showiest males have the smallest testes. This finding clearly shows that you can be well adorned or well endowed, but it's hard to be both.
Ah.
Well, that settles it.
Fuck.
Dr. Gruder said, why? Well, one of the reasons the researchers suspect is that trying to do both just takes too much
hard.
energy.
So hard.
Trying to grow these huge balls and have
Dog,
this cool
dog.
stuff.
This is impossible.
I don't know what to do. Polish these cool things or grow these huge balls
Jesus.
out longer. What do you have to do?
I don't know.
What is...
You talking to me? We talking about humans or?
I mean, it's all the same, man.
It's not though. One's a peppercorn and one's a tennis ball. You'd look so stupid if you had a peppercorn nut and you walked up to a bunch of monkeys with tennis ball nuts. You'd look so stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, they would laugh at you. Hi, dog. A peppercorn. It's just a humongous difference.
Yes, I agree.
Was watching Reels, our favorite channel.
Yes.
Real stories, real lives, real celebrities, real reenactments. We can do that too. They were at the Charles Manson funeral. That was in March of 2018 in Porterville, California. They have Charles Manson's biological grandson, who like kept calling him grandpa, and it was like so creepy. I guess he is biologically your grandfather. Stop saying grandpa when you're talking about Charles Manson. It's so stupid. That's my grandpa. I guess. Fuck. Oh, well, that's my grandpa. You mean Charles Manson? His name's Charles Manson.
Even to you.
To you. So this dude's wife is like, it was not normal, typical funeral behavior. Really? Really? Everybody that showed up, Billy G, fucking Grey Wolf, JJ, you know, normal crew. JJ was pen pals with him and was like crawling into the casket like, I love you, trying to make out with Charles Manson, who they showed, super scary. But JJ was like, they were trying to take the casket away, and JJ was like, that's my paisano, and was like trying to climb into the fucking casket. JJ, chill. That's not your grandpa, chill.
Yeah. The crew that's down is very down.
Oh, they're
still.
down, dog.
Yeah.
Grey Wolf?
Yeah.
Let me put this ancient feather. Okay. So they had phone calls from when he was in Corcoran State Prison to the grandson that he recorded where they're like, I'll read one of them, but it was how he will be for a few seconds.
Very lucid.
Oh, Manson's, and then it will just like
Spit heat. He would spit some heat, and then it would
for a second. I don't want to
get a little off the rails.
Yeah, that was watching. There was like a Diane Sawyer or something, and then like, you got to see the world through a child's eyes. You know what I mean? Because it's innocent. How a child sees the eyes. I'm a fucking octopus, and then you're like, what, like. What did you say? I said a child's eyes. No. I got that. I got that.
Yeah.
Because we're all energy, man, and love. Chipotle sofritas. Like, what? What'd you say? I said we're all energy and love. I heard that part, Grandpa. Okay. Well, they had to lock me up. Everything in the world is in my mind. I rule me. Me is all there is to me. See it? I was just thinking of you being like, I do see it. It's just like, it's so crazy to do this show for so long, and like, it's like half my brain is me, half my brain is like thinking. I was thinking of like, if you were listening to this, like, yeah, like I do see it. I'm everybody. I'm everywhere. I'm everything. I'm nothing. Okay. I never was. I've always been. I know, but I don't know. I don't know that I don't know. If I don't know that I don't know, how could I know what knowing is? What? Mansonisms. One more time. I'm everybody. I'm everywhere. I'm everything. I'm nothing. I never was. I've always been. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know that I don't know. If I don't know that I don't know, how could I know what knowing is? True. True, 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 true. That's my grandpa. Silly old grandpa. Silly, 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 silly old grandpa. There was this one guy that looks exactly like Manson that forever was like, I'm his son. The musician guy. He looks exactly like him, but the grandson they know is actually the biological grandson. So they do a DNA test, and when they come out to tell him that he has no match to the actual biological grandson, the look of sadness that washes over this non-Manson man's face, it's almost sad how sad he is. Crestfallen. You have absolutely no DNA to Grandpa Manson, and his face just like...
Well, that's gotta fucking suck, man.
Your whole life?
If you're just riding on that your whole life?
Oh, it's my dad. You mean your grandpa and your dad. So, it's pretty fucking Billy G, man. He just... Grey Wolf.
Yeah, I listened to a long series of recorded phone calls of his the last couple of years of his life, and there's like a preservation society kind of, well, whatever. I mean, there's people that still, I don't know what to call it, adore him and love him and perpetuate that he,
Grandpa.
that he's a great grandpa.
World's best grandpa.
Every single recording has the same arc. That it starts out, they were like songs that each one started in a way, made sense, got a little wacky, and then gets like wildly aggressive and like confrontational at one point, and then like that's when they like would pull him away and like throw him back in his cell or whatever. But it's fucked up. The guy that got me sober, rest in peace, he did a long stint in San Quentin, and at the time Charles Manson, I believe, was there. One of his jobs was to deliver meals to the people that were in isolation, and Charles Manson was one of the people that he would deliver dinner to every night. Yeah, and so he would deliver his first, and then so that he would be finished eating when he came back from giving everyone else their meals, and he would sit with him and
just rap.
Well, they played chess, actually. Yeah. They would play chess.
Talk about, what you do with the grandkids, Rockwell style,
What are you going to do when you get out of here?
Well, my grandson, probably hook up with Billy G, JJ, and Grey Wolf, and maybe see what my grandson's up to.
According to Harper's Index, the average number of minutes that adults fall asleep more quickly if they are rocked is 6.
Like rocked, like...
Down, out.
Yeah.
Down, now. Good night now.
Yeah.
How do you rock an adult?
Yeah. He says, so he's sound asleep.
I mean, you have to be a bigger adult, right? To rock another adult.
You have to be a bigger...
I could rock you, maybe. But I don't know if I could rock you for 6 minutes, baby.
Take 2 minutes, I'd be out.
I might peter out after 3 or 4 minutes.
Wouldn't even need that. If I was in your arms, I would be asleep within 2 minutes if you rocked me. Shh, baby boy. Shh, good night, sweet prince. Shh. I'd be like, there you go. So we got to work on that.
How did they determine this?
They found large men and smaller men and did it.
I mean, rock does denote rock. It has to be another person that rocks you, right? Can't just be a hammock
machine?
or a rocking chair. Has to be a person. Oh, you're saying So they're saying being rocked that way.
It's a person.
I think it's a person. I think that's what they mean.
Definitely.
Wow, now.
We can Maybe we need to design some sort of an adult sleep pod rocking bed the way, like a crib. Why can't adults have that? Adults don't get to sleep? Only babies get to sleep? What the fuck?
A grown-up crib.
A grown-up crib for grown-ups.
But should it be like the ones for babies where you can't get out of it yourself?
Oh, definitely. You need a larger adult to get you out of it.
Once you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
He's sound asleep in there,
I'll
huh?
come and get you in the
In
morning.
15 hours, he's still sleeping. You sleep like a fucking baby.
Well-
Put a little lavender oil right there, like boop.
Well,
Good
little
night.
mobile.
Dear Amy. Recently, my neighbor boy. Neighbor boy.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
What does that mean?
Neighbor boy.
Excuse me?
Age 7.
Oh, well, shit. I just ruined it.
Ran out of his house yelling that his dad was looking at naked ladies on his computer and it was, quote, sick. So you're, I guess, having coffee. Your neighbor boy comes running out of the house screaming, sick! And you're like, what the fuck? Jeremiah, what's going on? Not sure what I should have done. Should I mind my own business?
Yes, bitch.
Do I say something to the dad? Or do something else altogether?
Like what? Like
Take in Jeremiah
do something
to a pornography-free home. Gotta confront the dad.
How did she determine?
Ding dong! Hey! Hey, what are you watching in there? What?
How did she determine from? That's a lot.
To decipher? I
Yeah,
think
not
he's
only that he was
yeah.
watching it, that the kid thought it was sick. It seems to me.
He says he ran out of the house yelling it.
But
So
yelling
you just
what?
run out. Oh my God, my dad is on his laptop and he's on Pornhub and there's boobies and it's fucking sick. And just as he ran down the street, and you're like, wow. You like write it all down. Like, it's happening. I gotta confront this dad.
I don't.
That would be fucking psychotic, right?
Yes.
Ding dong. Hello. You see Jeremiah crying at my house? And then you look in your window, Jeremiah is drinking your coffee in your kitchen.
Wait, though. I don't buy this.
You don't think this is real?
No.
I think it's never been more real in this day and age. Dear, this is what Amy writes. Anytime a child is in distress for any reason, you should first concentrate on the child, comfort the child, make sure that the child is okay. So you're going to take the neighbor boy in? And how
I
do
think
you...
we should stop calling him neighbor boy.
Well, I'm
we're-
just going by what the text
doesn't
says.
seem like an appropriate term.
Neighbor boy. Come here, I'm going to comfort you in distress.
He was a neighbor boy. Said see you later, boy. He was my neighbor boy.
Then yes, if possible, you should speak to the parent and make sure he realizes that his son ran out of the house screaming about boobies on Pornhub and seemed in distress. It's best to remain neutral during this conversation where you're being shot by a shotgun. Oh my God. This fucking advice is such garbage advice. Yeah, I think you should go over and remain neutral. Remain neutral when you confront a complete stranger and say, hey, what are you watching? You watch tits? Your son's in my house drinking coffee. Let's talk about it. And this woman's getting people killed. This woman is being paid and people are dying taking her advice.
The one I weighed in on last week, Nick was saying that the advice that I gave was a good way to get killed.
Which one was?
Squaring up with the kid one-on-one, being like, give me the kid, let me go talk
Oh,
to him.
everyone hated that advice. Yeah, 888.
Because they were like, when that kid flips, like that's the first house he's going to when he gets his gun. Like he's going straight to your house to kill you.
People are like, oh, you like bashed windows on your car? That's what. Yeah, that was bad. Hey, whatever.
Listen, it's not an exact science.
No one's getting killed. Exactly.
Psychiatry is not an exact science.
Fuck.
In Helena, Montana. Helena was the name of a nanny my brother had.
What?
Nothing. The head of the Professional Bull Riders Association thinks that lawmakers really stepped in it when they rejected a measure to recognize the fourth Saturday in July as the National Day of the Cowboy. Professional Bull Riders Association CEO Sean Gleason says he has a burr in his saddle. That's a quote. That's not from the journalist.
Yeah.
So everyone sucks in this.
Yeah.
After the State House vote and considered moving next year's PBR event from Billings, the State House of Representatives told Gleason the resolution was not inclusive enough and suggested to him that, quote, cowgirl be added. If their intent was not to offend anybody, they just offended a whole bunch of cowboys.
That got him real pissed. You say cowgirl to me? My name's Cody, and these are my 10 boys named Cody. And there ain't a cowgirl in amongst of us. Yeah, you don't want to fucking, don't want to play that.
And you can't say cow people, right?
You can say cow people.
This is the International Day of the Cow People.
I think that's...
Ride 'em, cow people!
Yeah. You can say that. You can say that.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Dallas cow people. You can say that. You can say that. It's okay. It's okay. We're here to build things up, not tear them down.
Dallas cowfolk.
Oh. Los Angeles Community College is offering a couple classes I wanted to run by you. It's just a one-day class. It's $60. Internet for the novice.
Whoa. Let's get in that. We got to get there. We got to see that.
It's a 6-hour-long class. Learn how much fun surfing the web can be.
Whoa!
This is like for this summer. This isn't, I didn't like pull this out of the archives from 19...
This is fun! Whoa, this is fun!
Understand internet terminology.
Get over here!
What, are you having fun? Discover techniques to search.
I'll show you a couple. First of all, go incognito.
Find the information that you've desperately been searching for.
This is a crazy class.
Visit many interesting websites.
Yep, I'm going to make the class like this.
Safely and securely. Access services and so much more.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah, so we are going to that next Saturday.
We got to get in there.
6 hours, though. That's a long fucking class.
Bring a lunch.
Brown bag lunch? How about Polynesian Hawaiian dance, hula for health?
Yes.
Dancing.
Yep.
And other physical sports include lots of exercising and, yes, reshaping of self. Get ready for an exciting and fun-filled experience for the whole family, Jonathan and Seth, learning a true Polynesian dance art that has been passed down from generation to generation. Students will be introduced to the various cultures of the Pacific Isles with emphasis on the basics in Hawaiian. Students will interpret songs from Hawaii, Tahiti, Samoa, New Zealand, and Tonga. Hawaiian dance clothing is optional, but always welcome. This is $50 for 5 Saturdays. So is that $10 a class, or is that
Yes.
$250?
I think it's $10
Okay. It's June 15th through July 13th. It's taught by Suzanne Crossan. I looked her up. She's a state-certified instructor in business occupations, real estate, and computer technology.
Not hula, though.
We'll see. We'll find out. There is probably nothing offensive in a class from this woman teaching about the Polynesian arts and such at LACC on 5 Saturdays. I don't think anything will probably be said or done or shown or that will be in any way inappropriate. Oh, God, Suzanne.
You think?
I'm a real estate agent. Do you want to learn how to hula dance? Yeah, I guess. In Hawaii? No, on Melrose.
At LACC on Melrose.
In East Hollywood. Okay. Sounds appropriate.
Is this? Oh, yes. Sorry. Debt collection scams. This is a matter very close to my heart. Debt collection scams are one of the most frightening and persistent scam types.
That's true.
Victims often report that scammers harass them for weeks,
Endlessly.
even months,
Scam likely.
both at home and at work, trying to get them to pay a debt they don't even owe. However, BBB is receiving increasing reports that con artists have recently changed their tactics. Many scammers have switched from bad cop to a good cop.
Oh.
Now, the good cop version is that you have an unsolicited call from a debt collection agency. The caller claims you have an old unpaid debt and it's about to go to court.
Are you going to call me right now, or are we?
Me?
Yeah.
Bring.
One more.
Bring.
Hello?
Hello. Can I speak to Seth Romatelli?
You're talking to Seth Romatelli.
Hi, Seth. This is Good Cop. This is Good Cop Jack from. You wait though. You don't have debt, right? You don't have, because I have to like. I mean, if it doesn't say scam likely, I mean there are a few things that are in collections at all points with me, so I do have to be a little careful to see if I'm like.
Yeah.
You know.
You got to give it a second. You said Good Cop Jack?
Good Cop. Don't make me do this. I'm too tired. The caller claims you have an old unpaid debt that's about to go to court.
Oh, shit.
The person who speaks to you is polite,
Has to be. He's the good cop.
has your best interest at heart. Seem like I sincerely want to help you
Hey,
avoid going to court.
Of course. How are you? Wait a minute. Whoa. How are you first?
Now, to fix the situation, all you got to do is make a reasonable payment.
Hey, stop. Before we even get there, how are you? You really got to good cop it. I'm concerned about you. We'll get to the debt in a second. How are you? You got to...
Now, you can even divide up the payment into several installments.
Sounds convenient.
No matter how kind the caller seems, don't fall for it, Seth.
Oh, okay.
If you make the payment, the person you spoke to on the phone will take the money and disappear.
Scram.
Any future efforts to contact them will be in vain.
I dialed the number back. I'm not getting...
I got one the other day. It's bad when they have information about you. When they have actual information about you.
Which is easy.
Browsing habits.
As a celebrity,
stuff
such
like
as
that.
yourself.
Yeah. I actually looked up one of those things, those like, is this a good person, like .com or something? It's like one of those. And they were like, ooh, like.
Oh, Jonathan? Ooh.
Like, I didn't rate very well. I looked you up too.
How did I do? A+.
It wasn't an A+, it was better than me.
Okay, I have an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, if you could look that up.
Is this a goodperson.com?
It's a real thing?
It's called.
And does it have Juicy G, like real life stuff?
It's just like it's just a reskin of a background check type thing, so it can tell you if you've got liens on property or marital status, debt collect, criminal record, all that kind of stuff. But then they have this like way in which they calculate all of that and give you a number. And like,
1 to 10?
No, like 1 to 100.
You got an 88.
I was like not in the 80s.
All right.
Not in the 80s.
Okay.
Child of the 80s, not in the 80s. Subaru is hoping to maintain its American hot streak with a redesigned version of the Outback. Itbik. The company's 2018 U.S. bestseller, the 2020 Subaru Itbik, made its global debut Wednesday, during press previews at the New York Auto Show. The vehicle emerged out of a makeshift Old Faithful geyser during an outdoors-oriented press conference that transformed a corner of the Javits Center Convention Hall into a tribute to the national parks. Simply put, it's the most innovative Outback we've ever made and the perfect companion for any lesbian family adventure.
Talking about, all right. Talking about a Subi.
Tom Dahl, CEO of Subaru, said,
Can't believe he said that. He just-
the vehicle will include a new distraction mitigation system that integrates an in-car infrared camera and facial recognition technology to identify signs of driver fatigue or distraction. Ooh, that's bad. And provides audio and visual warnings to alert the driver and passengers.
Hey, wake up.
Hey, wake up, stupid. Keep doing that, you're going to die.
Hey, you know you're driving, stupid. Wake up. My Subi saved my life.
I fell asleep at a wheel once on a trip, and
Didn't you fall asleep in your driver's test?
no, I fell asleep during driving lessons.
Okay. So, same thing.
On Sunset Boulevard.
Traffic. Sunset Plaza.
Sun was in my eyes. It was very trafficy.
Bumper to bumper.
I was insanely stoned. And it was just going so fucking slow, and it was like this terrible Toyota Tercel. It was like hot as fuck, and he like had a weird accent, and like it was so tedious to like hear him.
With his license and
I
everything?
just started
trying to tell me?
nodding off. I couldn't help it. I started just, my eyes got so fucking heavy, and the sun was so bright. And I just remember like just being like, just close them for a second. And I was at a light, and I closed them.
I'm going to dream about getting my license.
And I was dead asleep, like dead asleep. He woke me up.
In my dream, I was on the Autobahn, and I had a license.
You're not sleeping on me, are you? That's what he asked me. You're not sleeping on me, are you? Huh?
What? Kidding me? We're driving. And that's where you got the idea for the Subaru technology that made you rich.
How's that?
I think that's, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. America through the eyes of two American Americans. Very kind of you to come here. Thank you so much. Very kind of you to listen to the podcast. Thank you so much. Please keep doing that.
Please keep doing that. I want to say thank you to the Lodge Room for having us. First
Lovely
of all.
venue.
Thank you
Lovely
to John for all of our help with the tech stuff. Thank you to Jeff and Roy, who are over here filming the show, just like Jeff does in the apartment. Thank you to Jesus for doing merch. Happy anniversary again to Seth on his 17th sober
17 years sober.
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who came, and of course, tell a friend, and thanks, Geneva. I can't believe you're still here. I figured you would have bailed out by now. So please hang out, get some drinks.
Say hello.
We'll meet you back at the merch table.
888-842-2357.
Hopefully, it won't be another 3 years before we do a show in LA again.
Exactly.
I was gonna do another song, but I don't think we have time.
For real? Do it. Do it.
It's not one I wrote. It's not cute. It's like stupid. I'm gonna forget it.
No, do it.
That was a humble brag right there. I know. All right. I'll try it.
It's just
I
stupid
might
song.
fuck it up,
I
though,
just wrote it
honest
with
to God.
Tom York, my friend Tom. The stupid
don't go
song I wrote.
anywhere.
Oh, you want to stay?
Don't leave me up here on my own, please. Just
Question.
sit and adore me, please.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes out on Friday, July 26th.
Yes.
We're going to be in New York
Yes.
for a show on the 27th. Do I see it in Manhattan as a kind of like, this is weird, I'm in New York City, but I'm seeing this movie, or do I just wait till I come back to Hollywood and see it for the first time at the ArcLight? What do I do? See it where? See it at the ArcLight. Don't see it in New York and just be like, I'm in New York, but this movie's about. Okay, all right, okay. Thank you.
Doesn't
Thank
it take
you.
place in Los
Thank you.
Angeles?
It takes
Place
place
in Hollywood, California?
on Hobart Boulevard. Once Upon a Time on Hobart, directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Just gives me a chance to read. Look. Oh God, this is a stupid idea. No, I know. Thanks. Is Amir still here? Hi, boo. Let me dedicate this song to my dear friend Amir Yagmai, who's in the audience. I don't want to confuse anybody. I don't want to dedicate the lyrical content to Amir.
Just the body
to
movement.
dedicate the performance to him. Don't get any ideas. But I think it's a song that it's a song by the Grateful Dead that he actually likes, so I'm going to play it for him. Ooh. Everyone's like, oh, the Dead. Like, that's all it took. I was very off it. Damn it. Just trying to squeeze a little fucking comic relief in there. I was feeling a little too stressful, man.
It was beautiful.
It was a little too stressful,
It was a little too beautiful.
Come and say hi to us out there. And thank you all for coming. And again, thanks to Lodge Room, and tip your bartenders and buy a t-shirt if you can. And we'll see you next time.
Seatbelts.